Hi, welcome back to Show Me Trucks. In this video, I work on the Suburban some more. This is that brake pedal setup I showed you before, but I didn't really show you working on it. So basically, I had cut a bunch off of the front of here. This is how it mounted before. You know, that went way down in here. So I cut that off, obviously, so I had some room in here. I slotted in here so that I could slide a 1/4-inch plate in, weld it. That way it kind of supported on both sides. I didn't have to weld as much. And then I put this brace in also. Obviously, these pedals sit up like this normally, but I don't need all that set up for you. But this is all lined up now so that, you know, whenever you push your brake pedal, it pushes that rod. I'm not going to use this master. I'm going to get aluminum Corvette style. I wanted it mounted in the same location because this does take a lot of stress, and I wanted the floor located in the right spot. So that's how she's on there. It's all 1/4-inch, so it should be pretty strong. So at least now I can mount that up in there, and then whenever I do my floor pans, I know exactly where everything is. And I wanted it to sit low so that it doesn't stick up above the frame really and cause any clearance issues with the floor. I'll still need to figure out my rod pin setup. And if you've ever dealt with these, that piston that runs in, there's like a little spring in the back that pushes it back. Well, there's a little clip in there, so if you take that clip out, you could grind that face back however much your push rod pin is, and sometimes they'll have little washers on it, and that's what will keep it in place so that it can't come all the way out, because obviously you don't want your push pin to come out. So that is just a, you know, one of the many projects to do on the Suburban Blazer over here. Well, I made these little bracket tabs for the bump stops. So these are just the ones that were on my Chevy. They're up just a touch off of the C-notch, and I can obviously grind that rubber and fine tune that or switch bump stops later. I wanted this to kind of obviously gusset both ends. So pretty beefy little side project. I'm trying to get everything in the back done so that I can throw some paint on it hopefully soon. Kind of mock some stuff up for the end of the day just so I can get a visual of some things. I had cut these boards kind of like the originals were. You know, these it transitions out here. I have really big wheel openings just cause in case later I want bigger wheels or something crazy. I don't want that to be something I gotta modify later. Wheel wells are gonna run straight up to the edge of the coilover mount. So the wheel wells, but also that tunnel is all gonna be aluminum. I don't think I'm gonna make it one piece because I think the aluminum's gonna go under the plywood. That way the debris doesn't get up in the wood so much. Today was like all the other days, a ton of welding. I welded these little tabs on so that you know, obviously the wood has somewhere to sit, and then I just, once the body moves where it's supposed to be, it's gonna sit on this little lip right here, but right now I just kind of had it mounted right that. I still have these outside plates to weld on. I had welded, that side has a big gusset. You know, the box tubing's behind it and runs in like 10 inches. This runs like 12 or 13 or something. So that's all boxed in. That one's all fully welded in. This is one of those projects where if you had a MIG welder, you could be noticeably faster than me. But I can't wait till next week. I could slide this back up, get the body mounted back on it, and then paint this back half would be cool. And then slowly work on the floor a little bit more on the wheel wells, as far as obviously this has to get painted with some kind of like super dealer sealant. And then I can't wait to get the 4-link mounts in, because those mounts up there are what the 4-link mounts are going to mount to. So I wanted all this in place so I could measure some more before I fully welded everything in. All right, well, the Suburban that doesn't have any floors. I pulled this, they had this big old patch in there that's disgusting. And I don't know what was originally there. I don't think that was the original patch. I really don't. But I was always wondering why it was divoted down there. So obviously it's because it's reinforced, because that's where your seat bracket bolts to, which makes sense. But I'm gonna make mine different whenever I redo it. I think I'm gonna make mine flat and then probably bead rolled some shapes in just for strength. But I'm also like, I might just make this panel and then weld it into this this little riser. And then the same with that, just make that little riser. I might just weld up this little centerpiece because I don't get it. I don't need a hole underneath there. It's not like I can get my hands in and really do anything in there either. I guess I could store stuff since I don't have a glove box, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think what I'll end up doing is making this whole piece all together, make a new support. So there's like a, you know, like a little C channel support in here that runs over. Everything's very overlapped in here, but that piece ties the back to the front. So I would like that pretty solid, because that dictates my doors flopping like this. But I think if I go the other route and weld that up, I'll either weld studs up in there and just put like big plates in to kind of like disperse the load. I think that'd be easier. And then it all ties into the back, so I'll just drill all these spot welds out, and then whenever I put it back in place, just re-weld those up. Also, I don't know if I showed you, but man, I tried getting this window out. I cannot get it. The window track must be stuck in the bottom, so I need to get that cover off. And I don't know. I cut the wing window apart because it was all rusted out, falling apart anyway. And so that's just another little side project. But basically, I'm just building the whole Suburban from scratch at this point. For you guys that are wondering what my floor pans look like, there's nothing here. It's amazing. I had to cut this seam. I planned on remaking that anyway, like I said. It does have these little risers, but like I said, I'm not going to make it like that. I'm going to make it a little different. So, pretty exciting to see how disgusting these look underneath. And obviously my Suburban is horrible. I knew it was horrible when I got it, so it's not a big deal. At least that's out. That way I can cut and weld and patch this in. I have my replacement floor pan pieces over there. I got those really cheap at Carlisle because they had cut them at the bottom because they needed this bottom strip. So I plan on making a whole firewall down, so I'll just tie into those pieces, but at least I can get this whole front section tidied up. That way I can slide it all in, set it on there, weld it to this support, and just have it all ready to be done. These are the patch panels I bought at Carlisle. Like I said, I think I spent $20 for the pair, so nice. The front's obviously cut off, but it's nice because it already has the battery tray. It already has, you know, a recessed area for a tunnel. Obviously, I'm throwing a T5 in it. I might have to change that later. But on the Suburban, there's a cross support that goes right here. That's right in front of your seat riser. Instead of using this disgusting one, I actually reused the... there's on these Suburbans, the plywood has like little diagonal supports on it. They look pretty similar to that, so I use those, and they're a little short, so I actually had to weld two pieces together. So that is sitting behind. Obviously the seat riser is going to sit back here. I have to make a whole firewall setup for this, but at least I have the battery tray set up. I also have the setup for the master cylinder, which is nice. Hopefully that excess panel lines up close enough that I don't have to make a new hole. This is kind of just loosely welded on. Obviously, it'd be nice if that was, you know, weld through primer and stuff. But I'm going to seal it all, seam seal the edges. And it's my truck, so I don't really care what you guys think. But I have to work on some of these edges because it's like this one's real small, that one's huge. So I'm going to have to grind. I want to grind those even. Obviously, I'm going to be filling in some stuff because I'm not running it very factory. So the nice part about this is now I can lay that next layer right here, because there's going to be a layer that goes and then bends up, and it's going to meet up with my riser. So I'm actually going to make this in two pieces at least. That will be the passenger seat area. That will be one patch, and I got to B-roll some pieces for that. Well, this seat riser is crusty, and I had to cut a bunch of it off just to get it off. But it was so rusted out, I knew I was gonna have to fix some stuff. Well, the cool thing is that it is actually put together and overlapped. So I'm going to knock that bottom edge off, and then my new patch panel, I'll roll that edge all the way up, and then weld it so that I don't have to weld a bunch of different seams. You know, if I can bend it, and I'll probably, you know, I'll have to weld the little corner pieces because I'm not that talented, but that's kind of a nice thing for me. So that's what's gonna happen. Not that I really need to work on that right now, but I was really getting over welding upside down. I was welding upside down on these bump stop brackets, and it's quarter inch, it's hot, and it just, I don't know, you know, distracted. So it's cool to kind of work on the floor, because once the floor is in and I get that structure back in, it's going to be nice to build from all that plywood. This is my main structure in the whole Suburban, pretty much my only structure in the whole Suburban. So I want to get all that stable and tightened up before I figure out everything with my door gaps and weld everything in the front, because everything's moving and everything has been floppy from the beginning. So I think starting from the back, get that middle supported, and then work my way to the front. But it's really nice. Like, I know most people would not ever work on this pile of junk, but it's kind of nice, like, having a project that's so far gone that you can kind of make up the rules on your way up it. And instead of trying to patch a bunch of holes and things, it's kind of nice to, like, just build your own firewall, build your own angles, like, not stress making it look totally original. So I hope you guys enjoy. This is just kind of some of the stuff I need to tidy up before we work on the chop top. So thanks for watching.